Blah 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 blah. Ooh, Fredo boy, yeah, blah 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 blah. Hey man, I heard news about Dr. Milk. Yeah, what did you say? I got constipation.
Over here.
I'm going to execute you now.
Tell me where
Blah 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 blah
Where is it?
blah blah
Where can I get rid of
blah
it?
blah 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 blah
Oh,
blah.
behind me.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Hold on a minute.
Ooh, Shrek
I've
is
got a
gay.
rocket launcher. This is gonna be big, bad, and ugly. I like Shrek.
I love ASMR. This
Why does my room not have the door? Why is it?
What?
Why is really dumb? Well,
You see, I'm doing it, bro. Yo, I love Fredo. Yo. Oh my god, guys.
that for?
Audience.mp3 file. Let's go. Shout
I
out to
thought she was
Bong.
your daughter.
Shout out to Jesus.
Adopted.
Jesus
Jesus
is
is
God,
my
he
daughter.
created
You
me.
dumb liberal. The only
Yes,
way to get her
SpongeBob's gay. He's
by
yellow.
doing my 6 trials and then gathering the 6 Infinity Stones for me.